Welcome to the Collector Cave, and today we have a review of Mezco Toyz 1/12 Collective Dr. Octopus. And this is a figure that I have been anticipating for a long time. And the day has arrived, he showed up today, and I'm super excited because we don't always get a lot of villains from toy manufacturers that are outside of like Marvel and Hasbro stuff, right? Like when it comes to Mezco and Hot Toys, you just don't get all the villains. And so to see Mezco make last year a Green Goblin, a classic Silver Age Green Goblin, the classic Silver Age Spidey, and now a classic Dr. Octopus, this is awesome. And I don't want to get too excited here, but this is the start of the Sinister Six right here. We have 1 out of 6. So Mezco, if you're listening to this, you know what we all want. We've been posting for it. We want all of them. And I love that Mezco is doing these classic looks because this is like what I grew up with. This is stuff I remember as a kid growing up in the 80s. I mean, this is older than that, but this is the look I remember for all these figures. So I love that Mezco's gone back and is doing classic looks for all these figures. We have more coming. So I'm pretty excited. The box art is fantastic. All these Spidey classic figures, the box art's been great. You get some comic panels of Doc Ock here, and it's high gloss. Like this is all high gloss here, as you can tell, and it just looks so good. Dr. Octopus is high gloss as well. Here's the side of the box, and the back shows, like most Mezco boxes, everything that he comes with. In this case, he has 3 head portraits, about 8 hands, not as much as some Mezco figures, but here's where you're really getting the meat of the release in these tentacle arms. Mezco went all out. There's 3 different sizes, short, medium, and long, and I believe they're all bendy. And I think they're pretty sturdy from what I've observed. I haven't opened mine up yet. And then he comes with all these different hands. Open, closed, open, all different sorts. And then, of course, the stand and the flight rod and a lab coat, which, as much as I love the Fantastic Four release, Reed Richards got gypped out of a lab coat. So I'm wondering and hoping that this might fit on Reed. I know it's got holes in the back for the tentacles, but we'll see. We'll test that out. Regardless, the fact that he has it is fantastic. So here's the other side of the box. Super cool with Spidey in his lenses there. And then here's the top of the box. And then the bottom for those that care about the UPC. And this is for ages 18 and up. And a warning for small parts, not for children under 3 years. So this thing is heavy, it's weighty, and I can't wait. So let's get this thing unboxed and take a closer look. Okay, I'm not going to waste time on this stuff, but this is a 1/12 product care guidelines. It tells you how to take care of your figure. And then here's some directions. To my surprise and happy feelings on this, the glasses are not molded on. I thought the glasses are molded on. I was a little bummed out that they all had glasses, but the glasses go on separately, which is cool. So you can see his gumpy face if you don't want the glasses on. And then it shows you how to put the lab coat on, standard fare for these types of figures. And then how the arms interchange. And it sounds like you can put the arms all together to make them even longer. And so here's some directions. You can pause and read if you want. I'm so excited. I don't feel like wasting my time with this, but you know, standard fare stuff, but they still give you directions, which is cool. And then here is Doc Ock. I didn't take him out yet. I wanted to show you guys how great he looks. Look at that head sculpt. So great. And they got the green. It's the right color. The green and yellow are the right colors, which is fantastic. And funny enough, typically the hands for a figure are on the top row with Mezco, but they have his claw hands on the top row, which I thought was interesting. Those like became his new hands kind of when he got the arms. And then here, the second level is all the tentacles, and that is insanity. If you can indeed put those all together, these arms will be super long, which is absolutely bonkers and cool at the same time. And on the bottom, you get his lab coat, his stand, the bag, the flight rod, and then the hands, and then the glasses. So man, this is awesome. And these are weighty. I know they're not metal because they bend, but I don't know. We'll see when we get them out. But this is definitely weighty. It's got some heft to it. So far, Really impressed with what I'm seeing. Let's get everything out though and take a closer look. All right, and here is Doc Ock and everything he comes with. It's quite a bit. These arms are awesome. They are weighted. They're very nice. So I think they'll be able to hold the figure up. We'll test that, of course. I haven't done it yet. But boy, where to start? This is just, I'm so excited. Every once in a while, Mezco does this to me, and and it's like, that's why they're my favorite toy manufacturer, just because when they hit out of the park, they're the best of the best, in my opinion, for the 1/12 scale stuff, at least. But I guess we'll start with just the arms. There's the arms. We'll look at them and pose them more. But you get the super long ones, and then the next length. Actually, these are the same. No, they are shorter. Yeah. Oh, wait, no, you get 4 long ones, 4 medium size, and 4 short. Yeah, that's right. Okay, that makes better sense. And then the hands, the ends of the, I don't want to take these all of the packaging, but there's different types of hands for the arms. And I think they're the same on both sides. They're not like a different version. And then there's a cool looking base, a very retro. This almost is like a neon green, doesn't really match his suit, but it looks cool. And then the flight arm, which I'm afraid might not work because of how chunky he is. I don't know you'll be using the flight arm, but Mezco gives it anyway with all their figures. And they give you the 1/12 bag in case you want to keep the packaging. You put the accessories in there, but I'm here to tell you this stuff's not going to fit in that little small bag. At least not the arms. And then there is the lab coat, super cool. And then 2 extra head sculpts, which we'll look at in closer detail. 3 sets of glasses, and they're all the same. But Mezco likes to give you extras of stuff. Like if you get a Batman figure, they'll give you like 8 or 12 batarangs. Because it's like as kids, they probably lost their toys like we all did, accessories. So they said, we're going to give you extra. So I love that Mezco goes above and beyond and gives you like extras of stuff. The one thing he's lacking in, and it's not a huge deal, is hands. He only comes with 6 hands. It's been a long time since I've had a Mezco figure only have 6 hands. But he has fists. He has these great grasping ones, which will look great with his claws, tentacles, whatever they are. And then he has like this karate chop one. And then he has this really cool one where he's pointing. Like he's pointing at Pete when he's fighting him or something. Really cool. And then let's take a look at Doc Ock in closer detail. Because I'll tell you what, man, this head sculpt is fantastic. The proportion of the body is just right. They really nailed this out of the park. And I think this is a new body. I don't think this is a body I've seen before, at least in any figures I own from Mezco. It's definitely a new body. It's obese. It looks perfect. And look at the frumpiness on his face, man. He looks so good. He's got the butt chin there, right there. The green eyes. And you can see where the glasses go. There's a hairline right there, which actually works. He has the hairline kind of like a bowl cut. And the glasses go along that hairline. But yeah, and this suit is all material, so there's no really worry about, it tearing when you pose him and stuff. The belt is a rubber, same with the neck piece, and then the back here. And we'll go over articulation. Might as well do that right now. So yeah, articulation. Of course, not without the tentacles. We'll do that separately. But the head's on a ball joint, and the neck is not. So the head can look down that much, look up. He's kind of like angled looking forward, like he's looking down. So you figure he's up on his arms, his tentacle arms. He's looking down at Spidey. That's kind of how this figure's made, which I think looks good. Almost like a mini Hunchback a little bit. And then the arms, of course, Mezco, they go up over 90 a little bit. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, ball hinge wrist pegs. And then the upper torso, there is a ball joint there. And it has good mobility. He can crunch forward about that much, but going back, nothing, because the arms get in the way. This is like a solid piece back here. And that's fine. I'm okay with that. And then there's a ball joint in the waist as well, which gives you a little bit of twist, but not a whole lot, but enough. And then the legs go up almost 90. there's not a thigh cut, but the thigh rotates, the leg rotates at the thigh there. And then double jointed knees, and then not a whole lot of articulation with the boots, but for this character, I'm okay with that. As you can see, it's just minor. It can rotate that way. Not a lot of rocker though, ankle rocker. And the boots don't move. The boots don't twist. So, you know, a lot of this posing with this figure will be not his body as much as it is his extension, right? His tentacles. So super cool stuff. But let's pop his head off. And as you can see here, yeah, the neck is not on a ball joint. So it's just one ball joint. Here's this one. That one's showing teeth. If I zoom in more, you can see those teeth. Man, that's fantastic. Those blue eyes pop. It's got the butt chin again. It's so good. And then this one here is a smiling. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good evil look. Look at that one. That is so great, man. They did a great job sculpting these heads for this classic looking Doc Ock. Absolutely fantastic. And I don't know which one's my favorite, to be honest. And you have just the normal one right there. They're all good in their own way. I'll have a favorite pretty quick after looking at them, but with this one, I think they're all good. Let's try putting the glasses on. I guess I kind of maybe do wish they would have given different maybe looks for the glasses instead of the same glasses 3 times. But I guess if you're going for the classic look here, this is the only option. There we go. Yeah, they go on good. Sorry if that was too close. Messed you guys up. They go on really good. Nice. You know, I know this is like his official look, but I also like how he looks without the glasses on. I mean, very cool looking. Let's put this one on here too and see how he does. Yeah, the glasses go on good. There's no magnets. It's a friction fit, but they're not going to come off. And it's almost like, it's hard to tell on the camera, but it's almost like it's like a translucent plastic with like blue paint behind it. They definitely look more blue on camera than they do in person. They're a lot more muted, like almost like a lighter blue or a very light gray. But I think they look better on camera, to be honest. If we look at the glasses from behind, yeah, they're painted in the back. So it's like a translucent plastic on front, and then they're painted on the back. Yeah, they go in really good. Good job, Mezco. So far, man, no complaints. No real complaints from me on this figure. And I'm so happy that they're nailing these figures that I love so much. And like Spidey, Green Goblin, like they have done a fantastic job on these. So let's try doing the lab coat next, and then we'll get into the arms. Let me just pause it real quick. All right, and there's the lab coat. It wasn't too hard to put on. It is easier to take the hands off to get them through the sleeves, but it goes on pretty good. A little tight in the shoulders, but overall it looks really good. They did a good job with it. Pocket sewn, fake buttons. There is wire along the bottom. Not in the inner part here, just the bottom has some wire. So it's still enough if you want to do a wind-blown thing or something, you can still do that, as you can see. The wire does that. And in the back, it is cut so that the arms can come out from right here, as you can see. So, oh boy, it looks like the belt moved. Yeah, the belt does move. The belt is not sewn on. So the belt floats. That's probably a good thing. But as you can see, you want to make sure you get that belt down underneath so you don't get in the way of those arms. So when I was putting this coat on, it must have moved. Well, I'm going to do it. It's going to be more difficult putting the arms on the first time with the coat on, but we're just going to go ahead and do it. So I'm going to try and do the long arms first, and we'll see what we can get with that look. Stay tuned. Oh my goodness. I am happy to report that this dude can stand on his own. Look at this. This is fantastic. I'm blown away by how good this has turned out. Hats off to Mezco, because I'm telling you right now, I've been collecting Mezco for 7, almost 8 years. And this one may have blown my mind almost out of any figure I've ever gotten. And I love Doom and Darkseid and Fantastic Four, but I'm telling you right now, the execution, the design of this figure, they knocked it out of the park. This thing is stable. He's not going anywhere. You don't need to use the flight rod, the base, nothing. This will fit no problem. Now, these are the longest arms, and it wasn't even really difficult putting them in with the jacket. Like, just take your time, and it fits in real good. It looks good. I mean, you don't have to use the jacket, but I wanted to show what it looked like with it. And you can bend these arms however you want. I don't feel like these arms are going to eventually break. They don't feel like they're going to break at all. I use the flat feet, I guess you call them, for the hands, for the tentacles. But I think you could probably support him on 2 or 3 arms only and get one arm out, like attacking Spidey or something. This is awesome. I don't know what else to say, man. Like, I'm not usually speechless. I usually have some kind of complaint with a Mezco figure somewhere, even if it's minor. And so far, I'm telling you right now, not much complaints around here. This is excellent. What a cool figure. And look at how diabolical he looks. Man, let me do something real quick here. Look at that. There's the Mezco Spidey that came out last year that goes with this figure. And man, the scale of this thing is fantastic. That is so cool. This poor Mezco Spidey is going to get the crap beat out of him by this figure. I can think of all these poses I'm going to do with Doc Ock, just chucking Spidey, getting him wrapped up in his tentacles. Man, this is fantastic. And I haven't even touched the other tentacles. This is the first pair I put on. And it's just, it's a beautiful thing. So let's try and get some more poses here. Wow, would you look at this? Look at how awesome this is. There are so many display options for this figure with these arms. There's so much you can do. I think it's just limited to your imagination. And those grasping ones. So what I did, I took Spidey's hands off of the wrist pegs. I slid on the grasping claw, put his hand back on, and then popped it into the arm. Because they are pliable. The hands on the claws are pliable a bit, but I didn't want to scratch the paint on Spidey, so I took the fists off and just slid the claws over his wrists like that. But holy cow, man! Like that is awesome. Look at this. He's like looking down, like he's got Spidey. This is like, so I got the Dr. Octopus Secret Wars figure when I was a kid. And that one, man, those arms, if you ever seen that figure, they come out as sides, and it's just 2 little pieces of plastic that go into each side. And I think when I was a kid, I had one of those arms broken off within a week. And I think within a couple months, all 4 arms were broken off. And I always imagined as a kid, like, boy, I imagined this right here. This is what I imagined as a 7-year-old kid. And now here we are, like forever, later, 40 years later, whatever it is, and I'm doing this as an adult, and I feel like a kid. This is why we collect right here. It's not to make money and think things are worth something down the road. It's to have fun and to enjoy. Remember your childhood. And this is peak childhood right here, man. That's why my channel isn't just about toy reviews. It's about nostalgia. Because you can watch a toy review anywhere. A million people are doing this, and they're all good. Most of them are all good. But I like to talk about how I feel when I do this, and this one gets me in the feels really good, in a good way. And I mean, I'm gushing, but when something is done this well, it deserves praise. I come down hard on a lot of these things sometimes when they're not right. But I'm also going to give praise when it's due, and this one deserves it, man. So Mezco, again, like, hats off to you guys. Like, amazing, amazing, amazing. Let's try and use the shorter arms and see how those look. Okay, real quick, just wanted to show you guys this. This is insane, but you can connect all the arms together. So you can make them this long. That's the small piece, the medium-sized piece, and the long piece, all connected together. So sometimes in the comics, like, his arms seem to extend forever, almost like Spidey's webs. You can literally do that with this figure. This is unbelievable. I can't believe how cool this is, man. Like, I'm not going to do this like in my stand or anything, but you could literally have him, you know, doing stuff like this. Fantastic. All right, check this out. So you talk about toy photography. This is something that I just set this up maybe like 5 minutes, but you get the idea of the creativity you can do with this figure. I mean, check it out. In one hand, he's got a taco. There's a taco. He's looking to give himself the taco to eat it. This one's going for the, what is that, a Bunsen burner? This one, he's on his cell phone, maybe taunting Peter. Who knows what. This one's got a turkey leg. I mean, there's just so many options you can do with this. This is like his lab, right? This is the collector cave, so I usually use the bat cave as the background, but in this case, it's Otto's lab. And he's busy at work, man, getting stuff done. That is just fantastic. I think that's going to be my my screen capture for the cover of this video. But yeah, so you can see the things you can do, and look how good those arms bend. And I've got different size arms. The bottom arms are the short ones, and as you can see, well, no, I'm sorry. The back top one's a short one, and you can see it doesn't come very far. And these other ones are the middle size ones. Well, no, wait, I've got a small one somewhere. I don't know what I did. I don't know. But one of them was the long one, 2 middle, and a small, I think. Anyway, you get the point, and the creativity of what you can do with this figure. So let's go ahead and do a couple comparisons. All right, and here's Dr. Octopus next to the Amazing Spider-Man, the classic Spidey that came out last year, along with Green Goblin that came out last year, the classic-looking Green Goblin. And boy, look at this, man. 2 classic-looking Spidey villains. Imagine if we had the Sinister Six, Mysterio, Vulture. I mean, oh, man, Kraven the Hunter. Can you imagine getting some of this? A Sandman. Holy smokes. Mezco, please, 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 please. Do it. You've done a good amount of Batman villains. We still need a couple more, like Penguin and Riddler. But boy, Spidey needs some villains. And they will sell. Because Doc Ock, guess what? He's sold out. He's sold out on most sites. So people want villains. And boy, seeing these guys together is just amazing. Absolutely amazing. Love it. All right, I'm happy to report that the lab coat does work for Reed. It's a tad bit big because Doc Ock's got a bigger body, but man, this is what I wanted to see Reed in was a lab coat like this. And the fact that I can do this now is so cool. Again, it's a bit big, a tad big, but I can make it work. I can definitely make it work. So yeah, super cool. So there's Reed. And I got another pose here with Doc. Check this out. Check out that pose right there. And you know, he's got to be eating. He's got the banana with him. It's important that Doc has food with him. It's so good. The 2 top ones are the middle length, and the 2 bottom ones are the small length. So the short length don't go far at all, but they can look cool as well, just like that. And he's pointing, and his arm is pointing as well with him. So yeah, super cool. Okay, let's wrap this thing up. So at the end of the day, is this figure worth it? Well, I've gushed over this guy so much. And for me, absolutely. He's $112, which is what Green Goblin cost, and Green Goblin was considered a deluxe. This is not considered a deluxe, even though I would argue that it is with all these arms. So Initially, I thought, boy, he's the same price as Goblin, but he's not a deluxe figure. What gives? These tentacles is what gives. And these tentacles definitely put him, to me, in a deluxe state. If they would just want to go on with 4 arms at a certain length, kind of the easy way out, yes. But the fact they gave you 3 different lengths of arms, and they can all connect together, interchange. The bendy works fantastic. If you have Fantastic Four, Reed bent pretty good. The bendy body, which I have over here, bends pretty good. I'm here to tell you that these Doc Ock arms bend way better. Perfection. Perfection. So super cool. Yeah, so this figure is totally worth it. The problem is that it's sold out in most places because I think everyone knows how awesome this thing is. I got it from BBTS. It just came today, a couple weeks late from, when Mezco ships out. But on Mezco, it's waitlist. So it's not sold out on Mezco. So if you want this figure, I suggest jumping on that wait list right away because I think this guy is going to be sold out pretty quick. And I have literally no negatives with this figure. Not that I can even think of. It's just fantastic. And if you have props you can use, like a taco or a banana or, beakers, by all means, you can use a cell phone. You can use these arms to hold these items and really make this figure come to life. So let me know what you guys think. I'm super excited. This is probably the most excited I've been for a figure in a long time. Unboxing them live like that. I don't play with the figure much before I do the review. I open it up, then I look at them for a few minutes, I review it, and my thoughts are pretty honest when it comes to stuff, good or bad. And in this case, man, it is all good. So let me know what you guys think. Let's talk about this figure. I think for me right now, I know it's early, this is definitely figure of the year for anything I've gotten. And I know we got a couple more Mezco figures coming this year in Cap and maybe Thor. I'm not sure. I don't think they'll top this guy for me. I love villains. And I don't know that a Hot Toys release this year will top this guy for me, to be honest. We'll see. We'll see as the year goes. But right now, I think I'm calling this figure of the year. And that's a bold statement on March 3rd of 2025 to say that. But that's just how I feel right now. Fantastic figure. Bravo, Mezco. Good job. So, give me a like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, this has been Mezco Toyz 1/12 Collective, Dr. Octopus. Thanks for watching.